right. Welcome, everyone. My name is Wendy Castle. I'm the owner of One Bite Nutrition. I'm so happy to have Ogechi here. She's one of our dietetic interns. And of course, we've got Nikki Bomar here, one of our dietitians. And we're going to talk about hydration and appetite. So, Ogechi, if you want to start us off, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay. So a lot of people think hunger and thirst are totally separate, but the truth is they overlap more than you'd expect. So what we're going to do today, we're going to break down why hydration plays a big role in appetite, energy, and cravings, and what you can actually do about it. So let's jump in. A question for you. How does hydration have an impact on appetite overall?
Yeah, so the main reason this happens is that same part of our brain regulates both that hunger and that thirst. So many people are walking around at least mildly dehydrated and probably don't even know it. That leaves a lot of room for our brain to misinterpret that thirst for hunger. But I do think it's important to note that like not all of those hunger signals that you're feeling are going to be related to thirst. Some are actually going to be for hunger, even if you are dehydrated.
Okay. All right. With that being said, is being hydrated, does that make you feel hungrier though?
Yeah, so it can. So that blood volume plays a big role here too. So when we're dehydrated, it decreases our blood volume and it can affect how our stomach empties, how fast and how slow it can empty. So you might notice feeling like you need a snack, you might crave saltier foods, or more subtle signs like a headache, maybe some fatigue, maybe some low energy throughout the day. These, of course, can be again misunderstood as hunger symptoms, but it might actually be again the thirst there too.
Okay. So paying attention to those cues. So how do
Mhm.
people typically then know if they are hydrated? What are the
Yeah.
signs?
So we talked about the common signs like the headache, the fatigue, but you also have things like dry mouth, dark colored urine. And if you haven't drank enough water for a longer period of time, then you might have a lot harder time recognizing those signals, right? You think that this is just how it is for you. This is just your normal.
Mm, Okay. Um, and you hear the advice typically from professionals that, or non-professionals that say drink a glass of water before eating your meal. What do you think about that advice?
Yeah, we do hear that one all the time. And so, while it can help you eat less at that meal, it doesn't magically cause that weight loss, which is usually what they're giving the advice for. In fact, it can actually make you be really unsatisfied with that meal because that water is going to empty out of our stomach a lot faster than our food does. So, you could eat and then feel really hungry soon after, but it's really just that water leaving your stomach when we didn't really get enough food to actually fill us up.
Okay. Um, so I wanted to know, I'm just kind of curious because I hear a lot about how much fluid intake we need on a daily basis. Do you have any suggestion on actually what we need daily?
Yeah, a good starting point is going to be that 64 ounces or 8 cups as Wendy takes a drink of her water. So that minimum is going to be needed by most people, but those specific needs have so many factors that go into like the exact specific need for you. So a good goal is to kind of just track, see how much you're getting currently now, and then slowly increase that to that 64 ounces. With water, especially slow and steady, definitely wins the race. It's going to decrease a lot of the kind of like negative symptoms that we might feel from drinking too much too fast.
And then for those of us who say we do not like water,
Mhm.
what else would you suggest for an alternative or any way to get that fluid intake?
Yeah, so a lot of times we can count parts of most liquids towards a hydration goal. So like coffee, tea, flavored water. And we also have liquids and foods that we eat. So like fruits, veggies, soups, they all have some hydration factor in them too.
Yes, thank you for answering my questions, Nikki.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. And I think hydration is a struggle for a lot of people. Getting hydration in is very difficult. We live busy lives. We're distracted. Sometimes we ignore those thirst cues. Sometimes we don't get them anymore because we've ignored them for so long. Some tips that I give some of my patients is If you got like a iWatch that alerts you to, hey, get up and get your steps, you can do the same thing for hydration. Have a little alert to remind you to, take a drink of water every hour or tie it to a behavior that you're already doing. So one that I talk to my patients about is like drink a glass of water before you brush your teeth in the morning and at night. That's 2 of your 8 right there, and it's tied to a behavior that you already do. So just trying to tie some of those behaviors to things that you're already doing. But yeah, hydration can be tough. And I think it's all something that we can work on. I'm guilty too, so I'm not pointing fingers. But yeah, so just getting your hydration up there, it'll make you feel better. It'll give you more energy. You're not going to be as sluggish. And hopefully it'll help you differentiate between your hunger and thirst cues. So thank you so much, Ogechi and Nikki, for giving us those tips and going through those questions. Watchers, please subscribe below if you enjoyed this video. You can also check out our website at onebitenutrition.com.